Hi, welcome to this lesson. So, in the last lesson, we looked at the winner array, the symbols, and everything. So, right now, we are almost done with the initializing state step. So, let's continue with that. So, now, let's assign values to our filled and symbol arrays. To start with, the filled array should have values false for all of the array items because none of the boxes will be filled before the game starts. Everything will be empty, right? Like this. So everything is going to be false to start with. Similarly, all the 9 values of the symbol array should also have empty strings because none of the boxes have X's or O's drawn on them yet. So to assign these values, we'll be using a for loop. We'll let the loop run from 0 to 8, that is 9 times. Why 0 to 8 and not 1 to 9? That's because an array's index, as I told you before, starts from 0, so we need to start assigning its value from 0. Okay, so that's why we are going to start the for loop with an initializing value of 0 rather than 1, and we'll end it with 8 rather than 9. So let's create and initialize a variable I. So let's create the for loop first. Let's create and initialize a variable called I in here, and then let it run until 8. So I is less than 9 means it'll run before 9. There's 0 to 8, and then let's increment it after every iteration. Okay, so then we're going to be assigning values inside each of the iterations. So every time the loop is run, we'll be assigning a false value for the filled array, and then the symbol array will have an empty string. So there you go. So now how this will work is, it'll start from 0. First of all, I is equal to 0. Then it'll come in here. So I is less than 9 is actually true. So it'll come inside in here, and it'll say filled of 0 is equal to false. So the first array value will be false, and then it'll store in symbol of 0, it'll store nothing like this. And then similarly, it'll go for filled of 1, and it'll store false in here, and then symbol of 1. It'll also have an empty array. Sorry about that, like this. And this is how it'll go till filled of 8 and symbol of 8. Okay, so all of these things will be filled with 8 and 8. And at the end, what happens is we'll have our filled array will have false, 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 false till 8 values like this, and our symbol array will have nothing in here, nothing, nothing, like that for 8 different values. So that's how at the end, that's what we'll have. Okay, so that's it. That's it for the initializing state step. So the first step is done. We've declared most of the variables that we'll need for this code, and we've initialized the start conditions of the game as well. So now we're ready to move on to the next step. Let's do that in the next lesson. So I'll see you there. Thank you.